time for some more Tupac, and this is another one of his albums made after he was killed. So this is Loyal to the Game, and the thing of note about this one is it was executively produced by none other than Eminem. So I've done his 2002, 4, and 6 albums, and each of these has embraced things in a different way. So Pac's life had Dirty South Cats on there, really was affected by the culture that was going on in about 2006. 2002 was a double album, and that one had this unreleased recordings that were things that you probably were not aware of. And then this one, we add Eminem to it, and he finds things that were relevant to Tupac. I feel like the message that Eminem was getting with this album, that's a little bit difficult to find. The songs that he chose were extremely effective, so this is going to get a good score. Now, Tupac himself, it's difficult to be able to tell, the ideas that he had, whether or not they would have had the exact flavor to the song. All I know is that, you get the verses, you get the hook, but they're not fleshed out songs like they were when he was alive. And obviously this is true because he's no longer living, but the way that it works is somehow, verses and unfinished songs become songs that you're going to want to play every day. And that's what makes this record so exciting, is because without his creative output, this record is still miles away as success. And whoever we owe that to, that's 2 thumbs up. We've got to thank every person, Tupac's family, Eminem, the guests on this album, the Outlaws, and everyone in between that helped make this come together. It's extremely successful. So really what this record is it's composed of recordings from 1991 to 1994 or 5. Tupac went to jail in 95, but I don't know if he recorded around that time. So you're going to get Me Against the World era, Tupacalypse, all of those first 4 albums that he did. And so you're not going to, if you're thinking, oh, well, I want, Thug or Death Row Tupac, it's not here. So, but can you smoke to this? I think the answer is yes, you can. More so, there's a song called Hennessy. I don't like the original one, but the Red Spider remix is really mellow. It's kind of something I would expect from Afro Man. And I feel like Black Cotton and Soulja Like Me are really creepers. And so is The Uppercut. Those are some great songs to smoke to. Now, the production is handled magnificently. I'm so glad. I think Eminem himself actually produced a number of these songs. And he is an underrated producer in a lot of ways, just because, usually most people don't think he's as good of a producer, but he nails it. He's effective. If you were to say you can't get Dr. Dre, but you can get Eminem, you take that, because Eminem can produce, and he's got some good tracks. And so these are definitely some good ones. I do not currently have the internet, but I can tell you a few that I liked. Black Cotton, Thugs Get Well, Who Do You Love, Soulja Like Me, Black Cotton, Loyal to the Game. All these were some really smooth songs. A lot of the ways the production works is it's really kind of skittery. It sounds like creeping type stuff. Something you'd hear from Brother Lynch, or even in some cases like Insane Clown Posse. It's strange that, this darker style, I also feel like this would be right at home on the 8 Mile soundtrack. And, those are just 3 ones I think it sounds similar to. It's not, primed with West Coast like Tupac is known for. So just know that this darker style that kind of happened. Obviously, I do think he probably would have went in that direction, but it's just, some people will think maybe this doesn't sound like Tupac, but that's not a weakness. Eminem, that's it's a good album. So the unheard songs, out of 13 songs, I like 9. I didn't really like any of the remixes. There's actually 17 songs, but 3 out of 4 songs on the remixes I didn't like. And so in addition to that, I liked 9 songs plus 1 almost song. So we'll get to the meat of what goes on. Soldier Like Me, The Uppercut, Out on Bail, Black Cotton, Loyal to the Game, Thugs Get Lonely Too, Who Do You Love, Thug for Life, and Hennessy, the Red Spider remix. So out of those 9 songs, Soldier Like Me starts things off in a real good way, and this feels like a song, you'd hear from Eminem. Thugs Get Lonely Too has a Nate Dogg hook, and he nails it really well. Tupac and Nate Dogg, good stuff. Loyal to the Game has G Unit, and this sounds like something you'd also hear off straight out of Cashville. Sounds pretty similar to Young Buck stuff. You'll find G Unit on there. Who Do You Love? I really like that one. It's short, but it's extremely effective. Yeah, the production, all of these songs are just, like I said, they're real menacing. So the score, this is going to get, so I like 9 out of 13. This is going to get a 9 out of 10. This is definitely going to get a 9. So the future, there hasn't been a Tupac album in a long time, and I don't know if there ever will be. But, all of these After Death albums I reviewed are pretty much top notch. You have to get them. So the social score, this is going to get an 8, just because Eminem, Tupac, all these cats on here, Nate Dogg's on here, there's plenty of reasons to go about and actually give this record a shot. Really, obviously there's not going to be radio songs. Also, there were, Elton John, Ditto are on here, 2 people that Eminem messed with, but I just felt like, for the songs that they had, it probably could have been better. So, but it's cool that they were on here. But yeah, there just wasn't like an anchored song like you'd expect, like California Love or something that just attracts attention like that. It's mainly just album cuts, and it's almost to the point where you have to be obsessed with Tupac just to get it. So just know that. So maybe I'll give it like a 7 social. But, can it be topped? I do think the answer is not likely. This is good stuff, and plus you may not get Eminem messing with this again. So, good stuff gets a 9 and a 7 social.